it took me like forever to even choose one. That's why I was like procrastinating. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's
So
I'm loving the ones that you did choose, you know, like social media and how it's not meant to be, or how it was like the
yeah.
purpose of it was not meant to be authentic, unfortunately. And then also people are out here dying. It's trying to help. It's time to help them, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay. But before we get into it, first of all, welcome back to another episode of Vulnerability Time. I am your host, Josias April. With us, we have a queen. A queen.
Rosalina.
Okay,
I'm so
okay, so before like I further introduce you, okay, I want to finish our combo that we were having before this. So you said what is happening this month? Also, folks, this episode is currently being recorded during Hispanic Heritage Month. So happy Heritage Month to me and the Queen
Mhm.
Rosalia. Sorry, I almost choked.
Thank you.
Puerto Rican, and your what's your nationality?
I am actually Mexican, and I'm actually not even first generation Mexican. I'm technically considered still an immigrant or a naturalized citizen.
Yeah.
So my son right now is considered first generation.
Oh,
So
period. Okay,
mhm.
okay.
And he's a mixed baby. So
Yes, we love that.
cultured.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I miss you. I miss
Aw,
you. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I
Okay,
know.
so what's happening this month?
Okay, so most importantly, I finally went through some paternity testing as a
Okay.
as a formality for my son's father.
Hmm.
And I am so excited because you know there's this man, this wonderful man who it just became aware that he's a father, and not only that, but now our worlds are just kind of blending, and it's a beautiful thing to just kind of see it into fruition. When you are trying to manifest something in your life and you're not seeing it like you're like hello 3D, get it, and it took a lot of faith and prayer, self-reflection, and then like all the opposite from that as well to kind of cope with not being able to talk to a significant other that is also like your son's father.
Hmm.
So that's one thing. And then another thing would be traveling to go see him, something that I haven't really done much because of pregnancy.
Yeah.
And um and then my birthday, so just celebrating birth again,
Yes.
rebirth.
Right.
And then Dia de los Muertos and Halloween, and everything that comes with the fall time, the winter clothing, and yeah, just excitement to be around family and friends again, just yeah. So
Yes. And you're currently vacationing in Mexico at the time of this recording, right?
yes, well, I would say more like living, but I'm a dual citizen, so it's you know I was born over here in Mexico,
Okay.
naturalized in the US. And yeah, just with everything going on, I figured what better way to lay low, be
Yeah.
closer to family, and yeah, have help with the baby. And because when you have a baby and you're becoming a mom and all that, it's literally like you're learning on the job. So it's
Yeah.
good to be like around other people that can train you and
Yeah.
give you tips and
Got that
help along the way.
support.
Right, exactly.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So are you doing classes online?
Well,
Or did
in
you
the
take a
summer,
Mhm.
interestingly enough, Harvard Medical School paid for my MCAT prep. Yeah. $3,100 worth of MCAT prep and a tutor. Yeah. And your girl didn't even get to do it because of one, ADHD meds weren't in place. Two,
Yeah.
my family doctor, let's leave it at that.
Oh, okay. Oh,
And then like just dealing with the baby, like
there's a lot going on.
yeah, like with a baby
Hmm.
just having to be up and not having a regular sleep schedule, and again with the whole ADHD, and then to not have studied while I was pregnant, and I'm even though it's like my element, I'm not at that I don't feel like I'm at that caliber right now.
Right.
And then it's all timed and everything, but I can go back to it, reset it and all that. But yeah, that
Hmm.
was the only thing that I had right now because I am a senior still. So
Yes.
hopefully once things start like coming in financially, then I'll start taking
Right.
care of, my
Right,
school
exactly.
and
You
you
got
know what I mean?
time.
Like I said, like grouping my life
Yeah.
with my baby and then
Right.
his dad. So, mhm.
Yeah, you got time. And you're almost finished
Mhm.
anyway. You got time.
Yeah, no. And
Yes.
um I was definitely scared about like I get anxious about the timeline that I was giving myself, but
Oh, yes.
like
Hmm.
then I've been looking kind of like backtracking my education, and it's like, well, there was just so much randomness throughout all of it that
Hmm.
there's really you can't really like the time part, you can only plan like so much.
Right.
So
You already have your thesis and like most of your dissertation done because we were McNair Research Scholars.
right, and you know what's weird too? I finished the post back before my undergrad. So I'm like in a weird
Yeah.
like position right now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I love that.
that's another thing, like I don't want to let go of that McNair status
Yeah.
and
Well, it
everything that
stays
comes
with
with it.
us. Once we're there
Right.
forever. Throw it on
Right.
your resume. Throw it on your
Right.
resume.
Right. But utilizing it to my full capability, and you
Right.
know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like really, really juicing out everything that I can,
Yeah.
get from that. So
Yes.
like for every experience, and especially that one. So,
Right.
hmm
Yes. I
yeah,
miss you. And you look
I miss you
good.
too.
You look
You too.
gorgeous.
You too.
You look thanks.
Like, I miss you, and I wish I had like all my friends like right here. But it's like
Yeah.
I know you're out there doing your thing too, and like to be
Trying.
to be doing like a podcast too. It's like next level
Oh,
social engagement. You know what I mean?
thank
Because when I
you.
was looking at like when you look at your stories on whatever, and you're really like, well, maybe there's like family, friends,
Yeah.
school people, coworkers, and you're like, I just want to like it's surface level, but you want to dive in much deeper,
Yeah.
or that's how I feel. And it's
Yeah.
just you feel like you never have enough time or something, but
Right.
the fact that you actually make
Oh.
time, you know what I mean? And even though it's not even like in your face either, like you made me want to like look forward to it, you know, you
You're
know.
you were literally gonna make me cry. Oh my
And
gosh.
like whenever I was looking at your stuff the other day, whenever I was like, oh, when you were like text me, and I started texting you, Trenton came up,
Yes.
and then
Ew.
I was like, do you have three names or four? Or I was like two. I was like, what?
Oh my
I was
god.
like, I was like,
I'm
like
so
there's like
glad.
pieces of you that I still want to like know, even though it's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel
Yeah.
like you might have said something on social. You did put it up right on social media, but
Yeah.
it didn't even like cross my mind that it was like a whole change or something. Like that it was like
Yeah.
a legal change. So
Right. I'm so glad I got rid of that name Trenton. That means
and
trauma.
why I also had a very like personal connection to it
Yeah.
recently was because whenever I was naming my son, he right now has my last name.
Yeah.
And now that I'm talking again to his dad, I
Mhm.
suggested we'd add his name, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Where
just
are you planning to do the name change? Are you planning to do it through like when you're like in the state of Texas? Where like
yeah,
okay,
Texas.
because Texas's name change process is very easy compared to like California and Indiana. So yes, I would definitely say
So it
do
wasn't
it
that hard whenever you were trying to like change it all across the board, like your
right.
license, your social, your insurance, etc.
Okay, so how it works is the name changes first, and once the judge signs the document, you can then take it to, your insurance company or your driver's license place, and get your name changed that way. But the cool thing about it is that there's like a huge, massive grace period because like
Mm-hmm.
they know you won't be able to change everything in the snap of a finger. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing that is quick is the actual name change. Like once the judge signs it, it is official. That is your new name. That doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean that your other name isn't valid.
Right.
That doesn't mean your other name is invalid. Your old name is invalid. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
obviously, still documents are on there. You can't get a new name on your birth certificate unless you have proof that the doctors at the hospital messed up your name. But other than that, like just the name change in general, phenomenal. Like it's very easy. The reason why it took me so long is because I don't have a car
Mm-hmm.
anymore. I sold it, but also, yeah, like for me, my next move is to get my new driver's license, which I'm gonna get in like a couple weeks. Then it's to get my new social security, and then I'm planning on like changing my name on my insurance probably in like 4 or 5 months from now. So like,
Progressive. Yeah.
it everything is still yours
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. And in the like, I don't know if you've seen like on job applications. Like I know I've seen this on a lot of like federal job
Mm-hmm.
applications. They ask what's your current legal name, and then they ask what are any other names that you've used.
Mm-hmm.
So the government still recognizes both names as you. It's just one is your like new legal name, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like changing your last name. You're still recognized under that old name, but it's like now on every document, and the government will now refer to you as your new name.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The point is, overall, do it through Texas. It's easy. And literally, if you need any help, I'm so serious. The process is so easy. I want to help. It's so easy. It's
Okay,
so
bet.
easy. And you're doing it for a minor,
And
even easier.
yeah, and my baby's only 4 months old, almost
Yeah.
five.
Yeah, as long as
So
they're not like
mhm.
18, it's even easier than if you're over 18. Yeah, just don't go to California and do it. You will give up, trust me.
Why are you referencing California though, and not like another state?
Because now, don't get me, because I do not like agree. The reason why I mentioned the California is because from the research that I have done, it looked like it was the hardest one to get your name changed. It's like almost impossible. And I was like, y'all don't need all that money for someone to change their name. They don't need to pay $900 to change their name. Indiana, it's kind of difficult, but from the research that I have done, it seems like California is the most difficult. And it frustrated me because I don't know why, Queen, that I like was researching other states before the state of Texas, but it drove my I love California, but I don't know. I just didn't like the name change process. I think it was very unnecessary. I don't know. So every time I just mention it, I don't know why, but I also mention it to also highlight how great Texas is. So
Aw,
yes. Okay.
that
So there was
yes.
something that you mentioned earlier,
Mm-hmm.
about like the Instagram stories and stuff like that. And it kind of like leads into like the topic that you chose about like, social media and it, not being meant for what was the exact title? Give me 1 second. let's see what it was. It was social media is not meant to be authentic. Yeah, like
Mhm.
that's the thing. Like when it comes to my Instagram page, I started realizing that um I was not fitting my like I was not like how about this? Let me rephrase it. My Instagram was not being me necessarily. Like it came to a point where I realized I don't want to fit my Instagram. I want my Instagram to fit me.
Right.
You know,
Hmm.
and that's why like I try to like, and there's nothing wrong with just like posting, like just random photos and stuff like that. I think
Hmm.
that's great. For me though, personally, for me, I just saw that when I do that, it was affecting me because I feel like I wasn't being authentic to what my goal coming into social media started to be.
Right.
Um,
And I think that's like one key thing about social media is that even though we all may be doing social media for the same reasons, we
mhm,
all aren't really putting the same purpose like behind it, you know?
right.
Like right now, like had in the past where I was kind of like documenting my life as I was going on, like,
Mhm.
for example, like documenting my process through boarding school.
Yes.
And that was very chronological, right?
Was
As
this
things were,
before or after the hack?
that was way before. That was like
Okay.
starting from 2012.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
So, and it was, and that's like sad too, because you don't think that ever hacking is ever going to happen to you,
Right.
or that you're going to beat it somehow because you just can recognize certain spam or
Right.
threats or anything like that that can actually like shut down your stuff.
Right. Mm.
And there was just so many beautiful moments that I documented over the years that had that Instagram like box aesthetic, I guess.
Yes.
Like you can kind of relate it to back in the day of having like Polaroids. But when that hack happened, there were so many moments that were like erased.
Mm.
And and it almost gave me like amnesia. And I couldn't even think of what pictures might have been lost.
Mhm.
And and now that I've had more time to process photos and such like that, and things like that, like I remembered I had a hard drive of like 2 terabytes, buried in my stuff. And I was like, I need to plug this in. I needed to see what pictures are on it because I would always hog up so many pictures and just put them in that hard drive that I didn't want people to see,
Mhm.
for whatever reason, like, intimate events with my family that nobody needs to see. You know what I mean? Or I would take so many pictures and I would want to gift these moments, these memories back to my family.
Right.
But because
Right.
I was just the way I was taking pictures and stuff, it was almost overwhelming to keep up with it in terms of editing and all that because I do
Right.
come from an artistic background. I've been a graphic designer. I've done college photography and all of that. You know what I mean? So it's like, how can I not overthink these
Right.
memories that I'm going to resurface?
Right.
You know what I mean? That are like key moments in like people's lives. Like not just mine, but But
Right.
now, like I said, like this, it's a hard drive and an external hard drive, and then trying to figure out like why isn't it working, why isn't it showing up, and how many photos are on that thing.
Right.
So I guess the thing right now that is more parallel to after this hack that I had and my Instagram being wiped off are just like, when you're on your Snapchat or something, or
Mhm.
your phone has a setting where it shows you memories of the
Yeah.
past. You forget about these photos,
Right.
but one pops up and you want to share it. You know what I mean? It may look like it's present, but
Right.
it's not. It's
Right.
still you,
Right.
you know? but you know what I mean? Like, does that make it authentic? Is that, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
and being authentic is like, in terms of on authenticity, is it real? Yes, it's real. Is
right,
it in chronological order in terms of how you're living your life? Probably not.
right.
Um, and it might be just more like of a vision board type of deal where it's like you
Oh,
have this past moment that you want to revive into your like now,
yeah,
and the only thing you really know how to like, you know what I mean, you're trying to put it out to the world, and it's like, you know, it's already there, but it's like you want to do it different.
right.
You know what I mean? It's like if you've gone shopping or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
See, okay, by the way, when I look down, it's because I'm looking at the time. I gotta like make sure it's still recording. My biggest fear is to
Mm-hmm.
be
Record
communicating.
and yeah.
Yes, because that happened one time and almost happened a second time, but that happened one time, and ever since then, like I constantly look at the time. Also, when I'm writing something down, it's because I'm taking notes because what you're saying is inspiring.
Yeah, and how you can also put like screen record too, right? Like as a double whammy, like if you needed like an extra backup or something, you
Uh,
know?
I don't know what you mean.
Like for example, let me take a picture. Like I'm on my iPad right now.
Oh, you're on the team of Apple right now.